All right. Hey everybody, how you doing? It's your buddy Uncle Bruce here, live on October the 12th, Thursday, October the 12th, 2023, live from Zermatt, Switzerland. How are you all? Thank you for joining me today. Great to have you here. Jen and I are alive and well. Jen Jr. has arrived as well to see us, and she is so relieved that her parents are a-okay, having been in Israel just a few days ago, just last week, as are we. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. We had a fantastic time visiting with Beach Boy in Tel Aviv. We enjoyed ourselves. It was great. There were a few quirky things that I've mentioned before on this show and my other channel. It is not going to Tel Aviv is not like going to New York. There are tall buildings and there are restaurants and there are cars and a lot of similarities, but it's not the same. And it's not the same as being in Europe. But then, if you know anything about the history of the Middle East, you kind of know why. What we didn't know, of course, was that when we left Israel on Friday last week, the 6th of October, we had no idea that within 24 hours, everything would change instantaneously. And we certainly would have had no inkling at all of the kind of carnage that was going to hit that region in just 24, 48 hours. I mean, we just had no one did. I mean, let's be honest, nobody really could have seen this coming. Really scary stuff. So Jen and I are thrilled that we're here in Zermatt. We're thrilled to be in Switzerland. This is towards the end of our European trip this year. Jen Jr. has rendezvoused with us here for a few days, which is absolutely fabulous. And Jen and I will head to Munich next week, and then we will be in New York and New Jersey by the end of next week. And we will see a number of you folks in 9 days. The 21st of October, we have a meet and greet in a place called Secaucus, New Jersey, near the Meadowlands. There's an Outback Steakhouse in Secaucus, New Jersey, that we will be conducting our meet and greet in, and we are very much looking forward to those of you who are coming out, who sent me a private email. If you can make it, let me know. Send me a private email and just say, hey, Bruce, we're coming. I'm coming with my friend, my wife, my husband, whatever. We're going to see you. We'll be at the Outback, and it's 1:00 Saturday afternoon, the 21st of October, from like 1 to 3, 1 to 4, something like that. It's nothing too formalized, but come on out and have a bite to eat on us, and come and join us. So looking forward to seeing you guys. A lot of you will meet each other as well. Many of you who are here all the time, you will meet each other for the first time. And that, I think, is going to be even just as great, because a lot of you talk to each other all the time through Discord and here on the show. And so this is a chance for people to meet people, and I'm looking forward to the get together. After that, the 24th or so, we fly back home to Calgary, and that will conclude our summer trip. And our next mission after that is Jen and I, we've got to get her to her doctor in Palm Desert, Rancho Mirage area. The hip she had installed last year, working perfectly fine. She is pain-free, loving life. She is so happy. Unfortunately, the knee on that same leg, the arthritis has really kicked in badly. And we had been warned by the medical people that sooner or later, those knees of hers, you might have to consider replacement surgery, and we think we have hit the road on her one knee. So we may well be heading to California in the not too distant future upon our return to Calgary. Not that that is a foreign place. We're very familiar with the area, but we may be down there in November, certainly December, which unfortunately means that our trip that we had planned that we were hoping to do to Australia and New Zealand is not going to happen this year. We've got to get Jen looked after for that knee of hers because she's just suffering way too much. She's a trooper. She's frustrated, but we will get it done. And we'll go from there. So anyway, that's the immediate part of the world, what we're dealing with here. Like I said, we're happy to be here. We're at this resort here in Zermatt, in this one hotel we were here before, and they have a wonderful. They have these therapy pools here, which we wanted to visit again. And Jen really is getting her body looked after. She's allowing the therapeutic waters to help with her legs, her back, just like for myself as well. It's very therapeutic. And our daughter is here joining us, so we're great. We're doing fantastic. Thanks to all of you out there for being subscribers and members of this channel. We are doing our thing, and we're Jen and I are looking very much forward to seeing you in person, and of course getting back together with you on a more regular schedule when we return back to Calgary. So thanks all for being here. It's great to see you all. The markets this morning, we're looking all right. We just saw some news come through here on the initial jobless claims number, 209,000 in the last week. That's flat. There's a 3.2% cost of living allowance that's going to be enacted for Social Security recipients. So that's an inflation adjustment coming through on top of the one from last year. So that will kick in for 2024. We saw the inflation report come through. That just came out. I think it was said something like 3.7%. If I got that right. Increase in core CPI. Oh, they say it drops to 4.1% in September from 4.3 in August. That's one of the numbers we're waiting for. There are more yet to come, waiting for some more reports. But so far, so good. The pre-market looks quite all right. At the moment, I'm seeing that we have the Dow being positive now, 155 points, which I think is the high of the day. We've got S&P now up 18.75 points and NASDAQ up 57 points. So we were only up a third of a percentage point about a half an hour ago. It looks now like we're inching up like 0.45, 0.42 for the Dow, the S&P, and 0.38 for NASDAQ. Crude oil is $1.38 higher at 84.87. We were in that 83.50 range last night. So a little higher on oil, but not like it was the other day. And we'll see just how this plays out. I personally don't think oil can hold the gains, but it's a matter of a number of factors that we have to watch for, one of which is the Israeli situation. We've got to wait it out. Will that be escalating at all, or is it going to be a Gaza Strip, West Bank issue, or are we talking about Lebanese problems to the north or anything else? At the moment, we don't see anything else happening. Oil will react if other actors get into this. So we'll have to see just where this plays out. All right, so that is the story at the moment. As I'm following these developments that are many at the same time. 36 thumbs ups and counting, everybody. Thank you for that. Keep them coming in if you can. Appreciate it. Robert Benson, Flint Creek, good day, good day. Comical Honame is here. Welcome. Drew is here. Hector's here. Ricardo's here. Karen's here. Amy's here. Welcome all. to the show. The regulars are popping in as always, and it's great to have you in the house. GameStop's 15.84, up a couple of cents after touching 16 yesterday. SoFi 860. This morning we were pushing 865 to 870. SoFi seems to be by little by little by little by little every day or so, just inching higher. $9 is our next stop. After being as low as 740, what, a week and a half ago, week ago, we're now moving higher. The earnings for SoFi will come out in 18 days, and we've got Friday tomorrow, then Saturday, Sunday. That's 3 days right there gone. Next weekend coming and going. We are down to not that many trading days left before we get the report from SoFi. So these shares are, in my opinion, we could be over $10 a share by the time the release comes out. It's very feasible that the shares could be 10.50 when the report comes out, which is, I think, Monday the 30th of October, if I am not mistaken. Yes, Monday the 30th. So maybe Friday the 27th, which is next week Friday, we might already be in a scenario where we're already watching the stock run its way up towards 10 plus. Like I said, I would not bet against it. I'll tell you that. I'm thinking that may well be exactly what's going to happen. We'll see. All right. Other stocks are coming out with more announcements about their earnings. We're beginning to see more and more companies confirm their earnings dates. We know that Matterport was November 9. I think Rocket Lab November 8, ME November 6, Spire November 7, ATIP November 14, SmartRent November 9, AI November 28, GameStop December 7th. GameStop's always towards the very end of these. We'll watch for all of those. Obviously, in the next 3-4 weeks, everyone will be out telling us what they're doing and how their numbers are going. And I've been watching again with great interest. I'm keeping an eye on one other thing. For those of you who are not, if you're not a member of this channel, specifically if you're not a Gold Bagel member, you have not been getting the trade alerts, the trade tip videos. Every day that I'm on the air, I try to produce a trade of the day tip for you, a trade to consider. And back on September the 19th, for example, which is coming next week, it's a month from now, I recommended at that time, after a pretty brutal drop in value, Rocket Lab. It was down into the 355, 65, 70 range for no good reason. The only reason was because a satellite launch had not worked out. The second stage of a rocket failed or something. The shares just got whacked. I mean, just got whacked. No reason for it, but they did. And I looked at that and I just yelled at you guys. I put a video out for Gold Bagel members. Buy the Rocket Lab immediately. Just buy it, buy it, buy it. And a bunch of you followed me on that. You went ahead and scored it. And a lot of you got Rocket Lab under 425, 410, $4, 380, 375. Rocket Lab yesterday, I think, touched 5 something. We have been, flouting this. Yeah, yesterday, 507 was the high yesterday. We're at 479, 480 right now, but we are inching back up over 5 here, and it's only a matter of time before this stock does go through the 5 and stay over 5 going forward. So good to see that. And I'm glad that a number of you took advantage of that climb, of that dip, to get into this thing and get a little return. As I said, if you're a Gold Bagel member of this channel, you're paying $25 a month to be here. If I can give you a stock tip that can make you more than $300 in profit, there's a whole year of being a Gold Bagel member. You're going to get all the other stock tips for nothing. The entire joining of this channel for nothing. The pre-alert show is free. So I'm doing what I can to give you a payback for being a member of this channel on the Gold Bagel level. And again, congratulations to those of you. I know some of you out there picked up a couple of thousand shares or more of Rocket Lab at super cheap prices. Some of you are already ahead $1 a share on the trade. I love it. I think you're going to make much more than that. And so beautiful. If you bought 300 shares and you're up $1 a share, that's $300. There's the whole year covered for the Gold Bagel membership up front. So nice. Well done. A comical name, number 34. Who cares? Number 39. Not your Sofi got some back. Number 40. Welcome all for joining the channel today and letting me know what number you are on the thumbs ups meter. GameStop 1587 high yesterday. I think we touched 1609, and I think we're going higher on the GameStop. The sell-off is over. Cohen has stepped in. He's now CEO. He's running the entire show. No more speculation about management departures. He's the guy, and I think now that he is in total control and in the boardroom and at the upper level, I think this company's going to make money. I just know it. They're going to make money. These higher interest rates are falling into place for GameStop because they're sitting on, I think, 1.2 billion in cash. They're probably hauling in 60 million a year in interest. That's pure profit to the company. They're going to make money. They're on the profit side. They've cut their expenses on their head office corporate expenditures, highfalutin benefits and stuff that they were paying these former senior executives. Those guys are all gone. They're all gone. SoFi's going to make money. We're going to find out in the not too distant future also how AI is going to do, and NVIDIA with their next quarter. AI spending is not letting up. There's no end to that. I've noticed today the UAW has increased their strike mandate. They're now on strike against Ford at their Louisville, Kentucky? There's a truck plant, an F-150 truck plant. 8,700 workers have walked off. No more Mr. Nice Guy. They've tried now for 5 weeks to cut a deal with these auto guys. It's time to start striking at other plants. And I'm just thinking, what they ought to announce is a full-blown shutdown of all the factories for the entire industry, and just announce to the members, stay home for a month. Don't even bother coming back to work for a month. Make them pay. Like, make it hurt. You want to get the attention of the auto industry, and you want to get attention of Wall Street, the bankers of Wall Street. Tell your members to stay home for a month and get strike pay for a month, because frankly, if the car companies can't make a deal with the union one-on-one, then the car companies can take phone calls from Wall Street. When Wall Street starts calling and says, hey, look, you guys are into $20 billion of debt with us here, and those 200,000 workers walked off the job, you're shut down completely. You're not delivering a pickup truck, let alone a convertible. How long can you guys hold out before you are going to be in real cash flow trouble? This is not good. Every week is I think every week is $1 billion or $2 billion in lost profits. Wake them up. Give them a Will Smith dope slap and just walk off the job. I have no mercy for these guys. They've been playing shenanigans now for 15 years with these unions, and they have screwed these guys into cheaper and god awful deals. And I think the union has got to get their mojo back on getting control of the situation. Anyway, I don't like it when grandfathers and fathers were getting the equivalent of $60 an hour, and the kids are getting an equivalent of $15 to $20 an hour, and people are looking at them going, well, you're not working hard enough, that's why you're not successful. I don't think so. I think that they have been slapped around so badly with these concession deals. Just like the airline employees, many are getting a fraction of what they used to get. Have you noticed how much fun it is to go on a plane ride lately? It's not fun anymore. It used to be glamorous and really a real neat outing. it ain't fun anymore. Everyone's upset, and can you blame airline attendants for the behavior of the passengers? Oh my God. I can't believe it that if you're an airline attendant, you only get paid when the jet engines are turned on. Did you know that? When the jet comes to the gate and they shut off the engines and the passengers get off, and it takes like 40 minutes for everyone to get off, they're not getting paid anymore. They're only paid when the plane is running. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. The airlines have screwed their members down to nothing, and I don't. It just drives me nuts. The cost of an airplane ticket, in reality, in an inflation adjusted manner, compared to what we used to pay for an airline ticket in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, is way cheaper. We're paying far less money to the airlines. Now, what we're paying to government, what we're paying to the TSA, what we're paying to the Canadian government, the British governments, the EU governments, all these airline authorities, all these so-called security fees and all this crap, those are taxes, all right? Those are being piled on, and piled on because these guys, these governments won't tax their own citizens in their home countries, real taxation. So they're making the passengers pay. The airlines are caught in the middle. They're just caught in this vortex of a terrible situation, and they're taking it out on their employees. And these employees, how much do you want to work for an airline as a flight attendant? When you've got upset customers up and down the aisleways, it's not a glamorous job at all. So I don't know. Special kudos to the flight attendants. Special kudos to the folks making our cars and trucks. Hardworking people, all the folks working at the parts suppliers, the battery companies, the tire companies, those who are making all the frames and all the parts for the automotive sector. Kudos to hardworking people in North America, because these folks here are getting taken for a ride by the millions. They were at one time able to retire with dignity and a middle class lifestyle. Not anymore. You work for 40 years at a GM car plant or whatever. You're lucky if you're employed for 40 years. And at the end of it, you haven't got a lot to show for it, because I don't think there's a huge piss pot of dough sitting in a retirement account that you can count on. But anyway, it is what it is. You guys who are here, I say congratulations to you. You've taken the ball into your hands to make money in this market yourselves, and do it here. More power to you. You have to do it, because there are wars, there are disagreements, there's inflation, there's high interest rates, there's recessions, there's crazy real estate, there's all kinds of crap going on out there. You got to find a way to make it work for you. And if you can make it work through option writing, well done, everybody. Thanks. Coffee Kids Trading is here. Splair is here. San GM's here. More corporate shenanigans. Microsoft owes IRS $28 billion in non-paid taxes. You know what I read this morning? The folks at Microsoft, they made a point of saying that since 2003 to today, they have paid $67 billion in income tax to the U.S. government. And I'm sure that Facebook and Google and Apple and the other Magnificent Seven and Intels of the world and the other, they've all paid billions as well. It's true. However, they have found ways legally. They have found ways to avoid full-blown taxation, because they can afford, with the tens of billions they're making, they can afford to hire professionals to help negate some of these huge tax bills that they would face if they were purely a US based corporation with all their bases here. Obviously, Microsoft's going to fight that so-called charge. That $29 billion is made up of interest and penalties. The original amount of tax, I bet you the original amount of tax is $8 to $10 billion. And Microsoft apparently is saying, guys, from the years that you're going after us, from 03 to 13, those 10 years, we weren't the same Microsoft from 2002 backwards, from 2003 forwards. You're trying to tax us on money made overseas that we don't have to pay tax on, according to our lawyers. And so, guess what? It's going to court. Guess what? It's going to take 10 years to litigate out. Okay. And at the end of the day, what is most likely going to happen? My guess is if there's any kind of a deal to be made at all, it'll be a partial settlement that'll be just quietly negotiated, and that'll be the end of it. It might be like a $5 to $10 billion deal, and that's the end of it. On the other hand, the company may go all the way to the wall, and if they lose their first round, they'll appeal it, and they'll delay it another 5 years. And if they lose that, they'll appeal again. They'll just take it up and take it up. This is going to take forever. So, in the meantime, the company does pay taxes, but unfortunately, a lot of taxation that the American government could have received from these many companies, dozens and dozens of big American companies, they've all set up offshore operations, and there are probably $300 billion in taxes that just aren't coming to the USA, or will ever come. I just don't see it. But anyway, that one has been talked about a million times over many reports, and sometimes it catches some people's attention. Most time it doesn't catch anyone's attention. People just go, whatever, Bruce, blah blah blah. I don't care. There you go. All right. What can I say? What can I say? Jobless report says the number of people going for claims is under 210,000 for the fourth straight week. You know what that means? Jobs aplenty in America. Over 10 million job openings are in the USA right now, unfilled. The auto workers, I can tell you, if any of these guys go on long-term strike, they'll be able to get other jobs in the meantime to pay the bills, and they'll be hired by other companies. And you know what? If you're getting $15 to $18 as an auto worker, and you have to be out on strike for a month or so, you can get a job for $15 to $18 at many other places. This isn't great money anymore. $15 15 years ago was good money, not now. You can get that kind of money working at other corporations, and it might be an interesting development that if there were to be a full-blown strike called by the union for UAW, and it goes on for 3, 4, 5 weeks, you may find that 20% of the union members don't come back. They may find that they'll come back to get their bonus checks and stuff. Oh yeah, sure. But within 3 months, they'll walk, because unless there's a decent deal there, they can get more elsewhere. It isn't the be all and end all anymore. There was a time that a job in the Detroit area or Michigan or Ohio or Illinois, Pennsylvania, New York, if you were working for one of the auto plants, you were making really good money. But those days aren't there anymore. For 700,000 of the jobs are gone. There used to be 1 million members. There's 200 something thousand now, and it's not going to get a lot better unless there's been a real turnaround with the three automakers and the union. I don't know. The automakers, I am certain, are basically crying, we're so poor, we can't afford it. They want to nail you 85 grand for an F-150 with all the bells and whistles that costs 30 grand to make, 40 grand to make. But they cry, poor man, we're poor, we can't afford it. In any event, we'll see how it plays. The chicken tax is alive and well and is subsidizing the auto industry to the nth degree, to the tune of billions of dollars a year, and no one will talk about it on the record. Crickets are chirping in the background on that. Splayer SoFi suddenly 858 to 870. Larry, good morning, everybody. Number 51. DH, I'm number 52. Yeah, SoFi right now, 870, up 11 cents. Go, SoFi, go. Next stop is $9. And let's get going from there. That would be just fine with me. And I wouldn't be surprised in the least. 871 now on your SoFi. Looking good. We'll take it, and let's go through 9 and just keep right on going. Got people here who deserve a real home run, and I think maybe we can get one on SoFi in the near future. Let's see what happens. All righty, let's take a look at the pre-market. I think we've got some up trades here. 4 cents higher on Rocket Lab. We're at SoFi up 11 here. GameStop is just down 2 cents. We've got a penny gain on Matterport. Looked like a half a penny gain on 23andMe. It looks like around 92.5 to 93 cents. Spire is up 12 this morning at 421. We got ATIP up 9. Looks like it's at 8 or something. I got Smart Rent up 11 cents. It's coming into 290 a share. Ever so quietly, Smart Rent might be inching towards this 3 level. It's been a while. We haven't seen $3 on the Smart Rent since like September 7th or something like that, the 8th. Yeah, September the 8th, the last time we were at anywhere near 3. And July 31, we're just around 4. So come on, Smart Rent, let's go. The total market cap of the company is $560 million. That's the market cap. And the cash on hand right now, let me just take a look here. The cash that they've got is $200 million, something like that. Yeah, they're at least 200 million. And then their assets, the company's assets are 521 million, and their liabilities are 174. I mean, they're $350 million company in net value, and they're trading at 560. So that's ridiculous. I mean, these guys are generating way more cash now than they ever generated. They're soon going to start making money. I mean, Smart Rent's soon going to start turning a profit. But anyway, the market is impatiently waiting for that day to come, I guess. But the stock's up 11 today. We got Apple up 15 cents, Goldman up 23, Cisco up 13, Tesla down 44 cents here. ARC Innovations up 16. The Microsoft shares down 244, I guess, on that income tax story, 329.99. Pfizer up 3. HPQ's up a nickel here. It was up 40 cents yesterday, so 26.88. We got Alphabet. That's Google up 29. Was up 250 yesterday. Almost $142. Amazon is up 28 cents. Nvidia is up 24. It was up $10 yesterday, 468. Unity is up a dime. It was up 25 cents yesterday. We got AI up 13 cents now. Adobe's up 170 and Netflix up 265. The spiders are up 63 cents and the triple Qs are up 41 cents. So any of you guys doing SPY and triple Q condors, you love these markets, only up 20s, 30, 40, 50 cents each. You love this market. There it is. CPI report shows headline inflation for September was hotter than forecast on rising shelter costs. And it says here also that U.S. stock futures pair early gains after slightly hotter than expected inflation report. Well, I can see that looking at the Dow right now. The last time I told you what the Dow was doing, we were up 155. We're now only up 89. S&P only up 7.5. I think it was up 16. NASDAQ is up 13 points. That was up 50 odd. So we've backed off a bit here. Crude down is up 137. Hasn't gone down yet. We'll see if that changes a little later. Okay. Domino's revenue falls as U.S. growth struggles. Domino's, when take-home pizza and delivery pizza at home backs off, that's a sign. That's a sign of a slowing economy. Absolutely. We'll see how it works. Thank you, everybody, for being here. JR wants to know from Flint Creek, did you see my request for 4 cashmere bars? That is the question right there. Serious questions getting together at the Outback for pie, soap, and steak. What can I say? We're going to get together, and I'm looking forward to seeing you kids. Thanks again for joining in on the show and being here. And thank you for those of you who are renewing your memberships, and some of you who are now upgrading your regular membership to gold level to get your hands on these trade reports. Appreciate that. Good to see that coming through. Those of you who have been picking up classes the last week or two, congratulations on your move there. I appreciate that, and hopefully it's helping you become a potentially more lethal option writer and better trader. That would be terrific. We're up 4 cents on Rocket Lab, 487 now. We're a little better. See if that wants to add some more to it. To 262.41 on Tesla, down 58 cents. Today's trade tip was on Tesla. Check out the video if you're a Gold Bagel member. Absolutely. Flint Creek says, I didn't see that. I plan to have a basket full. No worries. JR, I'll be buying. Splair, serious questions related to soap. Flint Creek, soap is serious business. Absolutely right. It is very serious business. I'm kind of looking forward to smelling this cashmere soap everyone's talking about. I don't think I've ever had any sent to me at this point. I know last year Flint Creek sent us some samples that we gave away, but I don't know if we got any cashmere last year. I don't know if that was available. But I'm looking forward to seeing Flint Creek in person. It's going to be fantastic. Looking forward to seeing all you kids out there at the Outback. Going to be fun. Going to be a good old time. Thank you for thumbs up number 60 now. 24 minutes to go, and we'll start trading. We're at 60 thumbs ups. Thank you all for coming through for us. It is much appreciated. Following, as usual, the headlines as best we can. Of course, the news out of Israel is what it's all about right now. This is absolutely dominating world press everywhere. We'll see how that plays out. We're watching the clown show in Washington with now the Republicans formally nominating Scalise to be House Speaker. Unfortunately, he only got 113 votes and 99 voted against him to go to Jim Jordan. So now the question is, it looks like he does not have enough votes to win the House because I think the Democrats are all going to vote no. So we may be in for a while yet of complete dysfunction at the Congress. I don't know what to think about this. We'll find out. What else is going on here? Lots of headlines about housing prices and higher interest rates for mortgages. Man. Yeah, apparently AMC CEO Adam Aron said he was a victim of a blackmail plot. Law enforcement had asked him to keep this quiet, but after the extortionist was sentenced in July, Aron said he informed the board of what happened there. Very, very disturbing. And let's see what else is going on here. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's see here. Lots of different headlines on lots of different subjects and topics. Yeah, Social Security benefits going up 3.2%. That is official. And this higher than inflation report thing, apparently, let's take a look at this. U.S. prices climbed 0.4% in September, the Labor Department said on Thursday. It was softer than the 0.6 gain the prior month, but it was hotter than forecast. Economists thought it would only be up 0.3%. Evidently, it's up 0.4%. The 12-month inflation data now is 3.7%, and economists are hoping for 3.6%. So there you go. Shelter costs were the largest contributor to the gain, accounting for over half the increase, the department said. Cost of gasoline was another major factor. So there you go. Higher rents, higher mortgage, higher gasoline prices. The folks at Saudi Arabia are doing the U.S. no favors, neither in Russia either. These guys are basically at war with the G20 countries of the world by reducing oil exports. They're trying to put the squeeze on oil exports, and that is not doing too well for the American economy. Obviously, the pound is down. The euro is also getting hit right now. They've lost half a penny in the last hour just on this news. The yen is also losing ground to the US dollar. The Swiss franc is losing ground to the Swiss dollar, and the Canadian dollar is kind of hanging in there. But yeah, world currencies are reacting to these inflation numbers as well, and so are the futures market. We have 20 minutes to go until we start trading, and we note that the Dow is only up now 45 points instead of 155 an hour ago. S&P's up 3.25. Nasdaq's only up 6 points. These markets are backing off quickly towards break even and maybe into the red. Oil is dropping. It's up 123. Was up 140, 150 a bit earlier, so a little backing up there. Maria Powell is here. Good morning, Flint Creek. I can't wait to see you guys. H. Gregory, I'm here at number 60. And fantastic. And Mandu, number 66. Good morning, everybody. Bruce, you're 2/3 of the way to 100 thumbs up, says Mandu number 5. And they're coming in. We're at 68 thumbs ups. We've got 19 minutes to go. The question is, can we hit 100 thumbs ups by the time the market opens up in 19 minutes? We need a little push here. We're at 69, 70 or so, 30 more, and we've got 100 thumbs ups. Can we do it? I ask you all. Thank you for helping out. If you are nailing that thumbs up button for us, every little bit helps. There you go. There's the story. 4 straight weeks the jobless claims are below 210. Jobs everywhere in America, absolutely everywhere. This whole panic thing about, well, I don't know if it's panic, but depending on what media you follow, again, I can't help it, but there's all kinds of media out there, and it satisfies everybody's cravings, whether it's real or not, I don't know. But the so-called immigration crisis that America is under, apparently it's now 20 years of a crisis. There are 10 million job openings in the United States. And there's a simple reason why there are 10 million job openings. Father time is the reason why there are so many job openings in the US. There are job openings in Canada too. Father time is to blame. The COVID crisis, we had the lockdowns and everything. There were millions of Canadians and Americans bribed by their employers to retire early. If you were 50 and older during COVID in 2020, chances are you or someone you know in that age group was bought out, offered a deal to take a hike, and millions of North Americans took the deal. 55 and 60-year-olds and 62-year-olds, they were offered retire now. Here's a bump. Here's a year's pay. Get out. They took it. They took healthcare coverage for another year. They took a bump in their employment retirement plan. They took the vesting of their shares. They were bribed out of their jobs. They took the money and walked, and they stayed at home like the rest of us and waited out the pandemic. And a number of folks who were bought out of their jobs in their 50s, mid 50s, late 50s, early and mid 60s, a ton of these people got new jobs working from home. They're not going to the office anymore. They'll never go back. Some of these folks decided, you know what, I just got a bunch of dough into my retirement plan here. I only have to work another couple of years, and I don't even have to work full time anymore. I can work part-time and start collecting my Social Security and say, thank you, sir, may I have another? I'm over 60. I can get Medicare now. Get rid of those ridiculous insurance premiums. A lot of Canadians and Americans decided, I'm just going to work part-time from home and be a consultant with all the years of experience I have in the field that I'm good at. They're never coming back. And so these job openings, these full-time job openings reappeared because as the COVID thing ended, everything opened up again. Employers were scrambling for people, and they couldn't find them because they had let them go. If you let a 25 or 35 or 40-year-old go, you can get them back because they can't retire. But you let a 55, a 65-year-old go, you might not ever get them back. And all that experience is gone forever from your organization. That's the other killer. So now you're leaning on your 35, 45-year-olds to do the work of the 55-year-old senior employee you got rid of. Oh, you're in trouble. You're in big trouble. You need two people and you can't find them qualified. So 10 million jobs available. And with all the illegal immigration into America and Canada, theoretically, still 10 million job openings. My God, what does that tell you? The other thing it's telling me, not only the COVID wave that got rid of a whole bunch of people, of course, a number of people died during the COVID years. Let's not forget that. But the other reality is a typical career is 40 years. You work from 20 to 60 or 25 to 65. It's a 40-year career. Every year, 1/40th of the workforce leaves. Father time gets rid of them. Now, even if someone works until they're 68, eventually they quit. And 1/40th of all the workers are gone. So if you've got a company with 400 people, 10 a year leave. You get a company with 800 people, 20 a year leave. They die, they retire, some get ill in their 30s and 40s and 50s and can't work anymore. There's all kinds of reasons, but it's at least 1/40th of the workforce. So from 2020 or 2019, when the beginning of COVID showed up, 2020 when the lockdown happened, you take those 4 years, we're almost at the end of 2023. We're taking 4 years of employees. That's 10% of the workforce of Canada, the United States, Great Britain, Europe, all the G20 countries. 10% of the workforce naturally has left the workforce. Then another 5 to 10, 15% more left the workforce because they got bought out or they died from COVID. I mean, combination of everything took out another batch. This is why there's 10 million job openings just in the United States. It's not getting solved. The United States doesn't want to let new people in. It's keep them out, keep them out. Canada's trying to let people in left, right, and center, and we still have job openings all over the place because all these Canadians have quit their jobs, have left their jobs. They can't work anymore. They've passed away. Whatever the answer, they're just not there anymore. And away we go, kids. This continues on. No stop to it. What can I say? White Feather, I think it was number 49. Good morning. Oliver Hausman, hi, Uncle Bruce. I followed one of your Iron Condor tips on Microsoft 2 weeks ago. I got the puts at 280.90, got the calls at 330.40. Been trying to roll over the calls for 3 days. Would you recommend to call both the sides or just the calls? Well, if the contracts are dying in the next couple of weeks, you might want to roll the entire position into 2 weeks out again or 3 weeks from now, further out. Perhaps the third Friday of November, it might be the pick, and shift the calls and the puts over there to kind of, get higher on the call side and a little higher on the put side. You might want to make that move. This is where you close this one off and shift into that one. The credit you're going to get creating the new one is going to be much larger than whatever you have to do with this one here. So that might be the way to go. But otherwise, if the shares of Microsoft right now are sitting here at where are we at right now? Microsoft 329.67. So we're just underneath your call, right? 330, 340. You would be nice to get the 335.45, or maybe just move your written call, the 330 to a 335, and leave the 340 alone, and just move just the 330 to 335, and take the 280.90s and move them to 3 to 310, or 3 to 305, or 305 to 310. Can you do that? But if you can move forward in time with these moves, then close these two out and bring two new ones on into the third Friday of November and bring in the big money. That would be the the way to go. Shift these puts and calls higher to get the market back into the middle of this range. Way to go. White Feather, I thought Bruce caused the job openings by teaching people how to quit their day jobs. Of course, how many people watch me and have quit their day jobs? That's right, dude. I'm number 76, Bruce. Flint Creek, any of our soaps work for short hair. I don't recommend bar soap for long or colored hair. It has to do with the structure of the whatever. Hey, look, I'm thinking body wash myself. Get those pits going. Smell like cashmere down here. Oh, that'd be nice. That sounds pretty nice. Anyway, we'll see. It is what it is. There's a lot of info about soap I don't know about. Yeah, kids, lots of potential out there. These trades that you've gotten into, these trade tips, many of them are well within the ranges. Only that Apple trade is kind of close in, but with the news today, the stock backed off. You may find that once we open for trading, by the way, on that Microsoft Condor, if the stock drops to 325, you're going, I'm sitting on 330 puts or 330 calls, and the stock's at 325. You may find that the rollover today is easier. You may find it an easier one to make. So keep an eye on that. But I would start to look at taking the calls from $10 spread to $5. That's what I'd want to be doing now if you're working with the same expiry date. And if you can move those puts up and get a credit on them, build a credit on the puts, but you might have to really build a huge increase in credit, roll out of these into November 17 Condor contracts and go that direction. All right, Splayer, I moved yesterday for an additional $80, two 1375 Januaries into an April 14 and a 15. I made both extra cash, but mostly, of course, from the $14 call. Right on, yeah, bigger premium. 865, by the way, on the Sofi. I did get to this 870, 72 range for a while. The stock just kind of wants to go higher, I think, on Sofi, doesn't it? It just sort of is itching to go. That's the way I feel on it. And NASDAQ, by the way, now is unchanged. S&P is up to, the Dow's up 35. NASDAQ now down 0.75 of a point. So this market is still sinking as we speak. All right. Oliver, I'm going to consider the options. I'm going to consider all of these. Thank you. You got it. There's lots to think about here. Get your pen and paper out. Get your calculator out. Watch the opening. You may not make a move for a half an hour or an hour. You might wait an entire hour before you even consider doing anything, because you want the market to tell you what to do. You don't want to guess the market. Let it tell you in the first hour what really is going on. If this market is slumping right now, we may find that the Microsoft shares might back off $3, $4, $5, down to 326, 327. And at that level, the heat's off. You might go, there's no rush for me to do a rollover here. Maybe I can just sit back a little bit and hold off. I'm not going to get kicked around here on this thing. That trade I recommended on the 28th of September, and those contracts that I recommended you look at expire October 20. So they only have 8 days to go. And if Microsoft stays under, down around the 325 range, the next, like tomorrow and into Monday, you might just be sitting there on Monday or Tuesday going, these 330s, they're shrinking out real nice. I'm just gonna close them out. The puts, I've long made my money on those, and I'm rolling now to next month. I'm going to do that. Olivier, you could do really well with this. Nice. And anyone else out there doing the same thing, stay on top of your condors and make them pay you. You all deserve it. Fantastic stuff. Thank you all for being here. We got 87 thumbs up, 6 minutes to go. If you're happy about how your condors are doing and you're learning more every day about the condors and you like it, hit the thumbs up button. Let me know you're appreciating the show and the channel and everything we're doing for you. Appreciate all of you who have been able to hit the thumbs up button every day that we're on the air. Those of you who have subscribed to this channel, I can't thank you guys enough for being subscribers. Thank you all so much. We're just tickled that you're part of the gang with us and you're here with us. Those of you who have obviously become chillin' with Uncle Bruce members, and or you have become the coveted senior gold bagel member of this channel. Man, you guys are the best. Thank you all so very, very much. You're joining the Beach Boys of the world, the Albertos. You're joining Amy. You're joining JR. You're joining so many others here. I cannot thank you enough for being part of this gang of regulars. We love you, and hopefully you're getting a lot out of this with respect to these trade alert shows, these tips of the day. The trade alert show I do before this show. When we get back to Canada, we'll be doing the Wednesday night primetime live show as well for Gold Bagel members. So those of you on that gold level, thank you, and anything I can do to give back and help you get richer is what we're all about here. Fantastic, everybody. All right. Splair feels definitely more comfortable with that time. At least expect both scenarios to drop in November before earnings in December. All right. You all have a successful day and a relaxed weekend. Uncle Bruce, safe travels. Thank you, Splair. You take care, buddy. Keep the drive alive and keep making money out there. We're back to 870 on the SoFi. We've climbed up again, up 11 again on SoFi. We got 4 minutes until we open for trading. Thank you all. We have 88 thumbs ups. We're only 12 away from 100. We have 4 minutes to go before Larry hits the bells. Thanks for being here and joining with us today. It's great to see you, and hope you're having a great day out there wherever you are. I'm hoping you're all safe and you're in good health. That's what it's all about. Thank you all. I think before we open for trading, it might be time to honor the Knights of Knee, just to be on the safe side. We just saw the number 90 thumbs up come in here. Might be time to do a little neat announcing there. White Feather, I've said it before, Iron Condors are perfect for small accounts like mine. Class number 16 is worth its weight in gold. White Feather is hitting the knee emojis as well. Thank you all. Neat. Maria Powell, neat. There they go. 92 thumbs ups now. We're only 8 away from 100. Thank you, everybody. Spicy Android, neat. 95 thumbs ups. Neat. They're coming in. We're going for 100. Here's Hector. Neat. You can't stop this. The knee emoji attack is underway. The Knights of Knee must be respected and honored and acknowledged. D.H. Ruda, neat. 96 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. Dude, neat. That's right. JR, neat. Thank you, everybody. Absolutely beautiful. Maria Powell is here. Neat. 98 thumbs ups. We got 2 to go. I'm actually looking for new work to get part-time $300 more through next 10 months for my investment plan. I'm definitely keep my cash machines running. JR, Splair, JR, dude, Splair, neat. They're coming in. Oh, you guys are awesome. Thank you. 98 thumbs ups. Larry Titus is hitting the knee emojis as well. 2 away from 100 on the thumbs up meter, guys. Thank you so much. We're just about to get this party started and start trading the day here. Those knee emojis are just all over this channel. Absolutely beautiful. What a beautiful sight to see. Knee emojis everywhere. Thank you all. Beautiful stuff, guys. Beautiful stuff. It's all good. It's all real good. 99 thumbs ups. We got us a Wayne Gretzky now. We're almost at 100 thumbs ups right there. Thank you all for coming through for us yet again. Maria Powell, thank you. Dude, show me the 100 thumbs. JR, 2 minutes and counting. Dude, neat. That's it right there. Fantastic. Splair, thumbs ups for Uncle Bruce. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. JR, only one more. There it is. It's coming. We're getting in there. Number 102 now. Thank you all so very, very much. We got 102 thumbs ups coming into the opening of the show here. Maria, 100. Cheers. Deep value options. Neat. Absolutely. Here we go. And we're ready now to receive the bells from Larry Titus. He's about to make it happen for us. And we're ready to go, baby. We're ready to roll. There it is. Blair, thanks, buddy. Thank you for the thumbs ups as always, sir. We are good to go, kids. Here to trade another day. Fun times at the OK Corral. Let's find out how this market really wants to open up and see what it's got here. JR, this is the first morning I've had the chance to click the emoji balloons on my computer. It wasn't there before. Splair, thanks. Rock on, everybody. JR, thank you, Lair. Well, I'm glad you guys can get the balloons working and the hearts working. Mine are jammed up here. I've got this heart symbol that's been here for an hour. It won't go away. I don't know what to do about it. I do the best I can with what I got. I just reload my show and no idea what's going to happen next. I try. I tell you, I try. Thank you all for joining in today and being part of the gang. 103 thumbs ups it is. And there we are. We're on a roll. We've opened up the trades and see what we're going on here with 33-point gain on the Dow. Looks like a 3/4 of a point loss on S&P and 7-point loss on NASDAQ to start the session. And we got $1.42 gain on oil right now at 84.93. So a slight gain there. See how long that lasts. Let's get the latest update here if we can. If I can get my big SI pad to do a refresh. 859 on SoFi. Let's see. That's what you get for clicking on the balloons, Uncle Bruce. There he says, JR. 857 now, down 3 cents maybe or something like 2 cents. Nothing serious. We've got the U.S. markets now open. We're up 26 on the Dow. We're positive now on S&P, 3/4 of a point. Positive 2/3 of a point on NASDAQ. So they're just kind of hanging around the flat level here. Fool of a Took says, number 103 on the thumbs up meter. Fantastic, sir. Thank you very much. Well, let's see what happens here with this market. Spire is up to 413.5. We've got Enphase holding 127.39, down $1.50 or so. The spiders are up 19 cents. The Qs are up 54. GameStop is at 15.66, off 16 cents. SoFi 8.53, down 6. Apple is up here about 50 cents. Netflix is down 18. Adobe up another $5, 5.55. AI up 18, make it 16 cents to 26.88, going for $27. NVIDIA up 53 cents. Tesla's up 98 cents. We got Rocket Lab up a penny, make it 2 pennies now, 4.85. Matterport unchanged. SmartRent down 3. We got Unity down 12, Google down 11, Moderna's down 117, Cisco's up 43 cents, Pfizer up a penny, IBM down 113, HPQ down 9, Microsoft down 196, ME down a penny, Amazon is up $1, Home Depot down 179, Vanek Vector's up 63 now to 152. Goldman Sachs down $1.40, Boeing down 135, Meta, the old Facebook, up 55 cents to 3.28. We got Target up 2.50, JP Morgan up 24, Costco up 133, Walmart down 11, Disney down 12, American Airlines up 3 cents, DraftKings up down 12, AMC up a dime. 10.52 on AMC, by the way, which has been a nice gain now in a week from 8.80 to this level, in a month from the 8.20 range. The lows were 8.10, 8.12, 7.18 even. The low for 52 weeks, 7.05 in September. So a 3.40 gain, all based on this hype around the Taylor Swift concert movie. That's what really is doing it. If I were AMC right now, I would be taking advantage of this move to try to sell stock through any way I could at $10 a share to raise money and pay down that debt. But hey, if it goes to 11 or 12, good luck to them. I don't know how this movie will really rank out. I don't know, but you hope for the best. But boy, does AMC need a win, a big win for sure. Splair is going right on. Senna down $2, says it. Says Splair. All right. Negative on the Dow now. We've gone into the red. We're down 5 points. Now we're up 2 points. We're flat on S&P. We're up 6 on NASDAQ. Giving up a lot of gains here. Is this as bad as it's going to get? And now we're going to have a shot higher? Or are we going to drop here? Notice we're not getting a buy wave and go for a bit of a spill. I don't know. We'll see. Oil up 145, 84.95 a barrel right now at the moment. 852 on SoFi, down 7 cents. GameStop down 23 to 15.59. Apple's up 33. Netflix down $1.13. Adobe now up 9.31. AI down a nickel. Nvidia up 113. Tesla up 136. Rocket Lab down a couple of pennies. Matterport off 1 cent. Smart Rent down 2. Omics Corning down 251, ATIP unchanged, Unity down 28, Google down 29, Moderna down 99, Cisco up 47 cents, Pfizer down a dime, IBM down 115, HPQ down 9 cents, Microsoft off $1 at 331.39. We'll see how this Microsoft reacts this morning. A low of 329.50 today and a high of 331.67. And we're at 331.39 right now. So if this Dow goes for a bit of a dump on a little profit-taking binge here, would Microsoft go along with that, with this taxation thing hanging over its head? Otherwise, a rollover city. We'll see what goes here with these iron condors on Microsoft. Boggle says, hi, do you think iron condors are a good trade when it overlaps an earnings report? It depends on the iron condor trade you're trying to do. If you're trying to do a 1 week, 2 week iron condor trade, and you don't have a lot of range between the calls and the puts, if your range is too tight, earnings report can screw you over. But if you're going out several weeks, maybe a month or longer, depending on the stock, depending on the index and what you're doing, but if you can go on a stock iron condor, and you go forward right now to November, and you can get a range like on something like Tesla, you can get a $100 range on your stock. Earnings report won't be a problem. So it depends on a number of factors. Lesson 16 is waiting here. For those of you who don't know, Luca Bongiorno, just popping in for a quick ciao to everybody, and we'll catch a rerun later. Thank you, my friend. I'm in Lyon, France for work. Well, you were pretty close. Right on, buddy. Way to go, man. We're on the continent with you, and keep it going, my friend. Just keep it right on going. We're down 22 on the Dow, so there's a bit of a pullback. Nothing serious. We're up. Well, we're flat on S&P. We're up 13 on the NASDAQ, so it's kind of calm here. We'll see how this all works out on the Microsoft, which I'm curious about to see how it's working. 331.96. It's trying to recover. Still down 46 cents. Now it's down 67 cents. It's drifting along there at the moment. Amazon up 113, but Home Depot down 198. So it's a mixed bag. There's greens, there's reds, no doubt about it. We're down 19, 20 points on the Dow Jones. All righty. GameStop down 32, SoFi down 12. All right, Stephen Butler is in the house, and he is number 108 on the thumbs up meter. Thank you, sir, for that. Appreciate the number 108 thumbs up. Keep them coming, kids. We're into triple digits, and we're climbing on that. Fantastic. Much appreciated, everybody. 30-point drop on the Dow, 1 point gain on S&P, 16-point gain on NASDAQ for the moment. Alrighty, kids, there it is. Interesting. Let's take a look over here into our markets. 331.94 down 48 on Microsoft. We've got interest rates here just a bit higher on the 10-year. We got down to 455. We're back to 461 on the 10-year. That is causing, I bet you, the American dollar to rise. It is. The euro is dropping a half a penny today. to 105.66. The pound is off 0.7 of a penny to 122.44. So it's getting whacked. The yen in Japan is dropping from the 149 range this morning overnight to 149.50 to the US dollar. So it's getting hit. The Australian dollar is getting hit. So the US dollar is definitely the big boy on the block right now. It is gaining on everybody, and that is causing yields to rise and treasuries to fall at this point in time. Not severely, just enough to be noticed, though. Enough to note. 331.48 on Microsoft, down 94 cents on the session right now. That's what we're at here. Keeping an eye on all of that info, kids. All right. JR sliding. Bobby, good morning, Uncle Bruce, and everybody. Hey, Mr. Atkinson, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the show. 839 on SoFi, down 20 cents. A little sell-off this morning. We were 870 in the pre-market. We might go back there. I wouldn't be surprised if we did. We've got GameStop off 30 to 15.52, with the broader markets not gaining. Some of these stocks are going to give up a few gains that they've had a few days, but I don't know how much. I don't know if SoFi will drop all that much, because I don't think SoFi has to worry about interest rates going forward. They are growing that company leaps and bounds, and we're going to find out all about it on the 30th. The 18 days from now. JR, down goes Tesla and up goes my green on an iron condor. Keep on trucking there. There you go, JR. There it is. Those of you who have created iron condors, you don't mind a dip in the market. You don't mind if your stocks are fluctuating in a range. What do you care if you've got a $50 range on your stock, or a 40, 50 point range on your indexes? You don't mind if they do this. Time goes by and these stocks or indexes don't go anywhere. Perfect for condor riders. I mean, just perfect. Shrinkage is yours, my friend, and it can pay you handsomely. Absolutely handsomely. And why not take the dough? Absolutely right. You know, for some folks out there, if you can write 20 condors that have like a $5 spread, you don't even you need less than 15 grand to do that. That's not a big account. And if you can do 20 condors at a time, and you can bring in a $1.50 or $2 in credit on a 20 condor position, at $2 a shot, that's 4,000 in credit. Now, you close a condor out where there's only $1,000 cost to you. You keep 3 of the 4 grand, and you can do that in, say, 3 weeks. That's 1,000 a week. You do that every 3 weeks with another condor or another condor, you're making 1,000 a week. That for some of you out there is more than enough to quit your day job. That is more than enough to live off of your option shrinkage. Again, for those of you who are, in your 40s and 50s and 60s, whether you were bought out by your employer or not, you have a way to build cash into your retirement account or into your savings through condors. For many of you out there who, are just plugging along and are sitting on 401ks that you put together with your employer, you've been with the employer for many years, you may find that for some of you, you're in a position where you can take your 401k or a good chunk of it and self-administer it through like your own IRA. And you might be able to do some option work with this. It might be worth your while. Now, for some of you out there, you have found out that you can borrow money against a 401k. And it might be the perfect thing to do for taking care of either some very high expensive debt you've got, maybe credit card debt, or for some of you, you might find that listening to me talk about iron condors, you're sitting here going, Bruce, I have taken your class, number 16, this iron condor credit spread class. And I'm thinking if I can get my hands on 20, 30, $40,000, I can write 10, 20 condors at a time on these triple Qs, on these SPYs, these trade tips you're handing out every day. These look juicy. I don't want to write just one or two of these. I want to write 20 of these. But if I can do a loan arrangement through my 401k, where I have a 5-year payback program, I'm 48 years old, I'm working, I can keep making a payment every month to my 401k for the money I'm borrowing. The money I'm borrowing will be in my outside account, will be in my account not locked up inside a retirement plan. This is a cash I can get my hands on. Now, what I'd like to do is I'd like to borrow 40 grand, write 20 condors here and 20 more over there. And the revenue that I'm receiving from these condors will help me pay off the loan itself, number one. And number two, the additional revenue coming out from those condor rights are going to knock off my credit card debt. I'm going to just utilize this $30,000, $40,000 and make me the money to pay off these credit cards. Make me the money to pay off this last car loan. Or I have a car in the driveway that needs suspension work, or it needs an engine rebuild, and I don't have 4 or 5 grand lying around. Iron condors are going to give me that 4 or 5 grand in the next couple of months, and I'm going to get the car fixed. Then I'm going to sell that car for 5, 6, 8, 10, whatever I can get for, and that will knock off a credit card or two, or it's going to knock off the last 20 grand of my student loan that no government is going to knock off for me. I got to knock it off myself. I can get rid of payments and debts by making this kind of a move. So by going into debt against my own pension plan, my 401k, paying it back, that's the smart thing to do, plus interest, and utilizing that money to make money in the Iron Condor game, this is working for me. This is exactly where I want to go. I want to be involved in very conservative condor trades where the spreads are a mile wide, and I'm taking out 1 grand a week, 1,500 every 2 weeks, 3 grand a month, whatever, adding it to my regular income, and I'm getting ahead of these bills and debts that I have, which is lowering my cost of living every time I knock these debts off. It's a game changer, and it really adds up. It adds up quickly. Bobby Atkinson, good morning. Puke Burb, how should I manage my Iron Condor for NVIDIA? What am I going to do with this NVIDIA trade I've got? Well, let's see what we got. It's an October 21 expiry, 415 to 420 on the puts, and 480 to 490 on the calls. I already rolled the puts, but I wonder if I should roll down the calls as well. Well, NVIDIA right now is 469.10. So you're in a very good spot. I wouldn't touch the calls at all. I would leave them alone because you really only have $11 of pure coverage there. I know they die in 9 days. So maybe Monday or Tuesday, they might be to the point where you're going to close this one out completely and head over to November 17th and establish a new condor for this NVIDIA with a wider spread. And of course, making sure that your calls are higher and your puts are nice and low with a nice wide spread. Keep the stock somewhere in the middle. That might be your game plan. We're up $1 for NVIDIA today. We're not going anywhere at this point, it seems. But just to be on the safe side, the Dow right now is was trying to go up, but it's down right now 12, 15 points. So the Dow isn't going anywhere. That's not going to be your problem. And their theory, I guess, is if the Dow and the S&P, if we're going to drop a half a percentage point today, NVIDIA will likely drop $4 or $5, which means these calls will shrink down big time. And your puts are so far away, country mile away. Beautiful stuff. But take a look at November 17th. Just get a pencil and paper out right now and do a calculation. Just pretend that you might close out this NVIDIA trade shortly and put on a new one for November 17, the third Friday of November. and take a look at maybe the 4 15-20 puts, and maybe the 5 to 510 calls, or 510 to 520 calls, or 510 to 515, or 515 520. So, something a little wider, because you want to get a little further away from the 469. Just see what kind of credit can you get your hands on for a November 17 creation of a new Condor. Now you can ask yourself, well, is it worth my while to close out the Condor I have to take this one on now and go forward in time for the big moolah and the big credit, and say, thank you for this one, may I have another? Perhaps you can go with a $5 or a $10 spread on the new Condor, and you can write more of them, create more of them. I don't know. Not a lurker anymore. Number 113. Hello, everybody. Just sent you a confirmation for the meet and greet, Uncle B. Oh, beautiful stuff. They're coming up. We got folks coming to Secaucus, New Jersey. Giddy up, everybody. We're looking forward to this. It's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward for that meet and greet to happen. Yeah, NVIDIA. Let's see how it goes. 31-point dip on the Dow right now. 4 on S&P, 15 on NASDAQ. So let's see what happens with this market. And way to go, you guys, on these trades that we were talking about the last several weeks. So way to go, Gold Bagel members. Love it. And all of you Condor creators, well done. All righty. GameStop down 46 cents, SoFi down 27 right now. If you missed the opportunity to write cash secured puts on your SoFi, maybe now is your chance to do it and take in a nice credit. Might be the one. See what happens. Okay. All right. There you go, kids. Welcome, one and all. We're up 70 on Apple still. Down $1.13 on the Netflix, and Adobe having a great day, up 12.75. AI down 56 cents. NVIDIA is up $1.60 right here. Very interesting, 469.69. Tesla down 52 cents. You got Rocket Lab at 472 down 11. That's always a bargain under 5. Matterport down 3 cents. Smart Rent down 5. We got ATIP up 9 at 809. Unity down 75. Google up 16. Moderna down $1. Cisco up 32. Pfizer, IBM, HBQ, Microsoft, ME are all lower. Microsoft off by 90 now to 331.52. Amazon is off. Home Depot down. Vanik is up. Goldman is off. So is Boeing. They've gone into the red. Facebook up 20. Target up $2. JP Morgan kind of holding a 1 penny gain here. Costco up 198. Walmart up 6. Disney down 24. American Airlines down 21. DraftKings down 48. AMC up 1 penny at 10.43. Royal Caribbean down $1.02, 88.18. There's your list. There's a recap of some of our more favorite stocks that we're following here at the moment. Thank you all so much for coming through here. We have 115 of the thumbs ups coming through. Thank you all. Keep those thumbs ups coming in. If you can find the button, hit it and add to the number. That would be terrific. Don't get Strickland. Don't let Strickland catch you in the halls without having done a thumbs up. Well, we'll see how this all plays out here as the day wears on. Down 50 on the Dow. We've had, 3-4 up days in a row. So, a little pullback. But this might be a dead cat pullback. Just a little old pullback and then another surge. The market is looking for an excuse to go higher. It wants to, but we'll see if this actually goes anywhere. All right. 435 on your SoFi. The low of the day on SoFi today, 828 was the low about 20 minutes ago. We're now back to 835 on SoFi. Okay, GameStop right now is off 38 at 1544. The low of the day was 1534. We've come back a dime on the GameStop. The volume 296,000, nothing. Just nothing trading on the GameStop. We're down 59 on the Dow. So we're definitely red over there. Oil up 122 to 84.71. All right. Okay, kids, welcome to the show and the party, everybody. Great to have you here. Down $1.10 on Microsoft, 331.32. Okay. We're down 70 now on the Dow, down 8 on S&P, down 14 on NASDAQ. Little sell wave coming through here. All right. Fantastic. Great to see these emails coming in. We're coming out, Bruce. We're coming out. Right on. Right on. 116 thumbs ups. Thank you. 3 more. All right. 97-point dip on the Dow at the moment, down $4 on the end phase to 124.36. GameStop down 37 cents, SoFi down 23, S&P down 10 points, NASDAQ down 21 right now. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about this the other day, that if you're able to write 20 to 40 iron condors, 20 to 40 at a time, and you're playing with really conservative time frames and very high spreads, and you can bring in a buck to $1.50 in credit for every condor you're creating. You do between 20 and 40 condors. You might do 20 of these and 20 of those, or 10 and 10 and 10 and 10, whatever you want. If you can bring in that kind of credit on 40 condors, you're bringing in 4,000 to 6,000 in credit every time you create 40 condors. 4,000 to 6,000 in credit. And if the strategy is at the end of the month, through a month, to roll over into new condors a month further out each time, like every month you're moving a month further out, bringing in another credit, you're buying back the condors for 50 cents that you sold for $1.50, scooping $1 on 40 condors, that's 4,000, and then creating another series of 150 credit condors. This is how you get to the point where there's like $4,000 coming in every month from a new income earner, and it's your own money. You're putting your money to work like an 18-year-old kid. And now 4,000 a month coming in the front door that wasn't coming in before starts to go towards these IOUs you've got lying around. They start disappearing in short order. For some of you out there, you're sitting on a whole bunch of these $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 IOUs all over the place. Well, $4,000 after 3 or 4 months of that, you've brought in 12 to 16,000. You have knocked off a bunch of these $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 IOUs. They're gone. They're eviscerated. And all of a sudden, the heat is coming down on your life. The stress level on your finances is just dropping like a rock. And all you're doing is rolling over condors for a month forward every time with 50, 60, 80, $100 spreads on some of these stocks. Some of these indexes have very big spreads. You got some massive spreads here that you can enjoy some real nice premium collection. I can't encourage you enough to look into it. It could be a game changer for many of you, especially those of you with less than 100,000 in your accounts, 50,000 or less. You could really get into some condor trades too. Again, conservative, widespread condors that can really make a difference. The shrinkage game will be your best friend. You don't own any stock. You don't own any deep in the money calls. You don't write covered calls all by yourself. You're just doing condors. You're just doing condor after condor after condor and hauling in this money. You'll eventually run out of debt to pay off. It'll get to the point where the short-term debt you want to get rid of, you've done that. Credit cards are gone. Maybe your student loan has been knocked off. Maybe a car loan got eliminated, or whatever these other loans are. All you have now is a mortgage. All you have is maybe a loan to yourself for your 401k, which you can prepay anytime you want if you can do that. Otherwise, you're just building your cash reserve to write more condors. You're going from 10 at a time to 15 at a time. As you're doing 4 different positions, you're writing 60 condors at a time on a rotating basis. Then you get to 80, then you get to 100, and it's all natural. It's the same trade. It's the same positions. You're just, if you want to write spiders or Qs or Teslas or Apple condors, symbols are the same. The duration is the same. The spread is the same. It's just how many are you doing? That's all it is. And this can take your finances to another level awful fast. And there's no downside to this. You could go right into thousands of trades, contract trades at a time, if that's how far it's going to take. You're going to take this. More power to you. Absolutely more power to you. Maria, I'm looking at the cash secured puts with this dip. That's what I'm looking for right now. Maybe this is it. 110, 111 point drop on the Dow. We're off 9 on S&P, 5 on Nasdaq. We've got GameStop down 31 though. It's coming back on, and SoFi's coming back. We're back to 844. So we're not giving up ground on those two anymore. They come in the other direction. The Qs are still up 41. The Nasdaq just isn't giving up as much ground. The spiders are down 87 cents. Enphase down 398, Spire down 13, the Dow off 108 at the moment, Apple up 122, Netflix down 82 cents, Adobe up 13, AI down 54, Nvidia is up $4. Nvidia is up 4. Tesla up 23 cents, but Rocket Lab down 12, Matterport down 3, SmartRent down 6, Owens Corning down 340. ATIP up 9, and Unity up 68 cents right here. We got a lot of mixed quotes. Plus 15 on Google, negative 133 on Moderna, plus 17 on Cisco, negative 19 on Pfizer, IBM down 180, HBQ down 11, Microsoft down 92, ME down 47, Amazon up a dime, Home Depot down 430, Vanig is up 140, Goldman down 250, Boeing down 205, Meta up down 69, Target up 188, JP Morgan down 59, Costco up 15, Walmart down 22, Disney down 60, American Airlines down 29, DraftKings down 53, AMC down 15 cents at the moment. There's your quick summary. A little of this, a little of that, a little of this, a little of that's what we got. All right, 840 on SoFi, 841 on SoFi, down just 18 cents. GameStop 1549, down 33. All right, everyone. Welcome to the party, everybody. Welcome to the party. Good to see you all here today. Beautiful stuff. Let's see. Good bunch of folks watched the daily trade today. And, of course, the Trade Alert Show. Right on. Appreciate that. And we're watching the rest of the channel. All the analytics looking good. 120 thumbs ups. Thank you. 120. Thank you very much. All right. Looking okay. I noticed also that today, as I was saying to you earlier, the cost of living increase came through for Social Security, which is 3.2%. Let me ask you folks out there, are any of you folks out there experiencing 3.2% inflation in your lives? I think not. I don't think very many of you have got just 3.2% increase in cost of living where you are. I would bet you it's a lot higher than that. And yet, millions and millions of Americans and a bunch of Canadians up here have to live off of their pensions, and they're only getting 3.2% when we all know it's probably double that, if not more than that. But it's not a darn thing you can do about it unless you've got another source of income. And this is why I keep talking about what we're doing here, even for seniors. Seniors can haul money in from this market by writing options. Absolutely. There are so many millions of people out there who don't know they can do this, that are sitting on $50,000 to $250,000 of investments, and they're bringing in 4% a year, after paying a 2% fee. They're bringing in 4% a year. Inflation is what, 3.2? Yeah, right. 6, 7, 8, 10%. They're losing to inflation. They're losing against interest rates. Their investments aren't even paying what top CDs are paying. And they're being told they're doing great. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. If you're 48 years old, 50 years old, 55, and you've amassed $250,000, that's supposed to become $1 million in the next 5 years. So you can live off of some of that, because when you retire, you got to have over $1 million at your disposal. I'm telling you, at 4%, 250 grand at 4%, you're only going to get 10,000 a year in gains. Where is this 750,000 in gains coming from? You haven't got 75 years. I mean, 10 years from now, you've got 100,000 more. You got 350. How's that going to get you to retirement comfortably? You got to eat that up in the first 10 years you're retired. Then you're broke because you're stuck now on Social Security. It's amazing how many people there are that are stuck in this area where they're being told they're doing just fine. They're not doing just fine. They're underperforming the rest of the world out there, and they've got to improve this. Can you imagine if someone can take $250,000 and add 5% a month to that instead of 8% a year? You know what I mean? You gotta grow these accounts to get a chance to retire. Maria, have a great day. Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen, thank you. JJ, sounds like someone has taken advantage of news headlines. Well, what can I say? It is what it is. Anyway, folks, I want to say thank you all for being with us again today. It's Bruce here from Zermatt. Auntie Jen is with Jen Jr. right now. They're out in Zermatt spending money. But thank you for being with us again today. I so appreciate your following us. We're off tomorrow, so no show tomorrow. Tomorrow is a day for Jen and I to spend with Jen Jr. Monday, we're traveling. We're heading to Munich on Monday, so that's a train day. We're off. But I'll be back on the air with you from Munich on Tuesday of next week. I think Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm on the air, and I believe it's Thursday we fly out to New York. So bear with us as we get over to the other side of the Atlantic latter part of next week. And then make sure to catch up with us on the 21st of October, Saturday at 1 p.m. at the Outback Steakhouse in Secaucus, New Jersey. There's only one Outback in Secaucus. Look it up. You'll find us there. Puke Burb, I was able to roll my NVIDIA Condor to November 18. I did a 410.25, a 550.60 without incurring any losses. Exactly. Shouldn't have any losses. Nice move on that upper end to 550. That's really good. If in the next week or two the stock sits where it is and backs off a little bit, you can bring those calls back down a little bit, and you'll bring in credits. Nice going. I was able to do 410 to 550. Well done. All right. Yeah, good stuff, Puke Burp. Well done. All right. Have a great day, everybody. Have a great weekend coming up, all of you. And we'll see you Tuesday from Munich. And I look forward to seeing you then. And we'll keep you posted on how things are going. Take care of your loved ones. Give your special relatives extra long hugs. You never know when is the last time. You never know. And we'll see you all on Tuesday from Munich. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. All the best to you. And you guys take care. Bye for now.